Right? Ready when you are.
Oh baby, is that time again, boys? Welcome back to another Elo Bros. I'm one of the hosts, your man Victor. This is Domo, and this is also Jimmy joining us. Welcome back, y'all.
Yo.
So, games. Holy moly, my predictions. Holy moly, I am god awful predicting, I guess. Cause what the heck, man?
I
I
think
think I got everything right except for the last one.
no, I think we predict I think me and Victor predicted winners right. I mean like overall winner right. But we
You did not.
100%
No, you
messed
did
up in
not.
the
Oh,
middle.
oh. Okay. If you're talking about like the very end, sure, yeah. But like your match rate, your match pick rates are god awful. Like I think it's below 20%.
Dude, I don't know what it is. It's just really bad.
Oh my god, what
Like
is happening? What
but
is
I mean
happening
like
in,
I
in
mean
the
think about it
LCK?
though. Who would have predicted Nong Chim versus Gen.G would be a 5-game series?
Yeah, fair.
Like what like even though we know they were showing like a weaker form, it's Nongshim. It's just Nongshim. Like, was the hens diff really like that big? Like,
I just didn't. I don't know. It felt like me watching that game. I was so not confident in Gen.G moving forward because it just felt like they just didn't play very well, and they don't look on form. Like because the thing I said was if depending on the Nongshim game, that's what would affect my like opinion, and they just look so bad from that game.
Nongshim
I
could
I
have
have
think
no
like
words.
led the series.
yeah,
That's up like Nongshim could have won game 2 and potentially like actually 3-1 Gen.G. Like, that is a timeline that could have existed.
yeah.
What really blew my mind was a 3-0 versus between Gen.G and DK. Like that was the biggest mind blown ever. Cause like
Yeah,
DK
so
had good drafts every
I think
single game.
I think
It's
we can all
just,
say that
oh my god.
we didn't do predictions for that game simply because like
I mean, no, I think we did because we all no, we did because we all assumed Gen.G being Nongshim, except that my
yeah,
prediction
yeah.
was a 3-1 Gen.G, not a 3-2 Gen.G.
I predicted a 3-2 Gen.G.
And then like I think
I,
my predictions for D plus was like a 3-1 for D plus.
I said it was gonna be 3-1 for DK as well, but holy, I'm
Yeah.
Weird,
proven wrong.
but like if you saw the Gen.G game like versus Nongshim, it was like at that time it's not we could not have been wrong. And then like game day came up, and I don't know what happened to D plus, man. I really don't.
I'll tell you what happened. They choked. They got out macroed, outplayed. That's all I can say. They just got outplayed.
Like if
Outplayed.
we're looking at
Holy.
if we're looking at their like game 1 draft, I honestly would say I like D plus is better in my opinion for like game 1, but
Mhm.
like they did Gen.G basically just snowballed early. D plus had a chance to come back. Like I think it was third Drake fight where they actually like got rid of a lot of them, and it was like, hey, maybe they could actually come back into this. And then guess what? They flip Otacon.
Oh man.
They flipped Otacon. I was like, yeah, they're that game is good. That game is
I
done, bro.
mean, to be fair, I feel like aiming was off this entire series. I don't know.
Aiming wasn't
Is
aiming.
I don't know. Maybe my man's a little tired or something, but he was not at 100% this series. Just looking at his like the way he's playing right now, man, man, oh man.
Game 2, they gave Casante because that's always a smart option.
He could play so nice.
Keen, he was dude. It was if you like, he was almost like legit unkillable. Like he would be 1v3ing and just not caring because Casante privileges, I guess. Also, I feel like Showmaker wasn't able to like roam around and like control the map as much as he like usually does because he has to deal with Chovy in lane. and Chovy doesn't let you roam around the map without Contacorn.
I mean, you know what? Maybe I'm being too harsh on aiming. He in some of these games, he does get fed, but dude, sometimes these fights, I just see him out of position. I'm like, my brother in Christ, you are the only person in this team that can carry. What are you doing right here? Like their only win con is to jump on top of you, and it happens. So I was like, well, unlucky. Maybe I'm just being too harsh on him. Maybe it's actually a team diff. I don't know.
To me, it looked really like a team diff. Like Gen.G actually executed their comps like really well. Like I said,
They were actually able to get on top of aiming, which is unlucky. But at the same time, aiming is like, maybe they're getting on top of me too easily. Maybe I should play a little further back. I mean, I get that you might not be able to do damage, but like, it's better than you just insta dying before a fight, you know?
yeah, it is. Well, game 3, the decider was.
Dude, it wasn't even that bad. Like the draft wasn't even that bad.
Like their drafts in most of these games aren't bad. Like they're 100 playable.
No,
Honestly,
this
I have a hatred of seeing Zyra picked. So what for like game 3 when I saw Canyon lock in Zyra, I'm like, okay, D plus can win a game. D plus can at least win a game. And like they had a decent early game. They really did. Like they actually were doing well early, but then it was like once they went back to like normal lanes, like kind of like normal lanes, the game slowed down, and when the game slows down, that's what Gen.G likes. They
yep.
like a slow and controlled game. That is the identity of Gen.G to me. Also, they kept killing Ruler a lot.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
game 3, they're like, all right, as long as we kill Ruler, we can win. Well, they
Wait,
killed.
speaking of that, they made a whole bunch of changes to lane swaps, right? I feel like that just benefits Gen.G now.
Oh no, those changes don't go in yet. Those are on.
So,
All right, so before we get into uh the LCK finals, Riot decided to, you know, nuke lane swaps in a kind way to say.
well, uh, I knew that lane swaps was a problem, but I didn't think it was this big of a problem. I get
Um,
that,
if you
like
look,
from a viewer standpoint, it might be boring, but from like a strategic standpoint, like just playing the game, it makes your life so much easier. Like you can pick carries for the late game and avoid early game laning like problems altogether just by lane swapping. But Riot was like, maybe this is too far, and they just destroyed it completely. To be honest,
I mean, if I'm being,
I
I
think
see
the
more
biggest problem with it,
people
it was
like.
I think it's just been relevant for so too long for them that it's like it got stale, if that makes sense. They're like, hey, we got to change it up, and they do that a lot of times. They just do that. It could be perfectly fine, and they're like, we just want to change things up.
thing
So
is,
that's what I'm saying what they're going for.
lane swaps has always been a thing. It's just more prevalent nowadays because people
Oh yeah,
understand how to use it now. You know,
it's always been prevalent, and it like comes and goes per season. And this is like a hard nerf to it. Like this is ooh
It's not a nerf;
man,
it's a nuke. It's like
it's a nuke.
it.
Yeah, it's a
So
nuke.
basically, what essentially like they did is that they made it so that you can reach level 3. Because if you see what the nerfs like, all the buffs like tower and like the demerits like going being 2v1 lane, that only lasts for like three and a half, if I remember correctly, 3.5 minutes from minute 130 to 4. So basically, they're saying, how about y'all get to level 3 and then y'all can do your shenanigans? Where at that point, lane swap's useless because it's like, oh, you're level 3, you have all your abilities, you have a lot of tools to survive, like the four 3-man gank top, you know. That's why it's like I don't really mind it myself, like because lane swaps essentially are still there. They're just like the early game lane swap is like no longer a thing or viable. I don't know how much it's gonna actually affect pro play until it makes it to live.
it's gonna affect it heavily. There's no point in lane swapping anymore.
I mean, for early game, yeah, but you can still like it's basically you can still
Mm.
rotate like
Yeah, but that's what I'm
just
saying. Like they're gonna have to match up in lane, like 2v2, 1v1 for like 34 minutes, which gives jungler enough time to do camps and choose a lane to gank. And by that time, support can actually just get like a couple waves, get level 3, and insta roam to top. You know, or to top or bottom, depends on where you lane swap.
I like personally I hated lane swaps. I wanted to see the top laners duke it out. I wanted to see bot laners duke it. Like I hated the let's have two people mid, one person bot, maybe two people top, like all that. Like let's just go into the jungle. Let's the top laner be level 1 in the jungle helping clear and not gaining minion or like XP or anything. Like bruh, nah. It was I did not I myself just did not enjoy watching that. That's why I'm not like too mad about this. Like, and
I'm pretty devastated.
Riot was also trying to like send warning signs of, hey, stop doing that. Hey, can y'all stop doing that? But like you said, competitively, it is a really viable strategy, and I get it. When we talk about LCK Cup finals, you can see how lane swaps kind of helped HLE win a little bit. Except like it wasn't just lane swaps, but Gen.G also misplayed a lot. But question in a few minutes. But yeah, I'm not I'm not too mad about the changes. All right, guys. So, what was our predictions for the finals again?
I said it was going to be 3-2 Gen.G. Actually, no, I said it was 3-2 Hanwha Life. Actually, because I'm pretty sure I said 3-2 Hanwha Life. But I
Yeah.
did say it was going to be a DK versus Hanwha rematch. That's what I said. That's what I said.
Hey, all that matters is the winner. And I also predicted Hanwha Life to win this.
I think so. I didn't say this on video, but like after the Gen G DK, I just predicted Gen G 3-0. I had to get crazier and crazier with my picks.
The wild card over here.
Well, my thing is that against at least with DK, they looked at least cohesive. They didn't look like super on point, but they at least looked cohesive. I was like, okay, maybe they're good enough there, but ooh, I should have based it off of the Dongshim game.
I still like am baffled on how D plus didn't win a single game that series. I was like,
Yeah, I
oh,
don't know either, man.
okay. It was like LTA. It was like LTA finals.
Uh, well, the problem was that I saw TL's form and I saw 100T, and I was just like, I knew where this was going. Like after the semifinals with like TL and C9, I was like, I knew where this was going. Like this is a clapback. Are they good? No. Did certain players improve? Yes. But
Spawn,
we're gonna talk about that not in this video. So
I would
we're
just say
moving on.
Spawn came back with the belt. Like he's the Hispanic father who came
Yeah,
back to whip his
he
kids.
he was back to chat. I will say FlyQuest a disaster class right now.
Okay.
All right, moving on. I think we skimmed through the games. Shall we jump into the finals?
Yeah, we could jump. Yeah, we can jump to the finals. I will say, Zeka is a game 5 merchant.
Yeah, he really
Yeah.
is.
Zeka is a game 5 merchant, man.
All right. Well, before we get to game five, let's talk about game
No, I mean
one.
like his stats is like he like if he gets a game 5, he'll usually win.
Yeah, yeah. That HLE just in general, they just win game fives. This is so
I
crazy.
mean, also this series, it was a blue site. It was a blue site series. Like it's in Fearless, not even just Fearless. I think blue side is just so strong right now because if you're red side, you have to. It's like you are almost forced to ban Skarner Callista, and if you leave them up, blue side be like, oh, we get the choice. So then that means we're gonna force you to pick the other option, and then we get the control draft at that point.
Yeah.
Because if you don't ban like one or the other or both, then that gives blue side the advantage. The blue side's like, all right, we'll take Skarner, and then we know how to build around it if y'all guys choose Callista. or we'll pick
Yeah.
Callista and then we'll just counter the Skarner. Like it makes it so hard. Like that's one of the weird things where like in pro play, it makes it so hard to play red side when blue side can just control draft like that much.
Mm,
Yeah, you can definitely see it in the series.
yeah.
Also, Zeus, he earned that paycheck, man. Even though, in
Yeah.
my opinion, it wasn't like he didn't like hyper carry the series. I feel like Peanut did way. In my opinion, Peanut did a lot more. But he earned that paycheck. I'm kind of like, even though like I'm more so. Also, just so y'all know, I'm a Guma Yushi fan first, then I'm a T1 fan. I'm still like really proud of Zeus of like for like winning. So even though after all the stuff that went down, yeah, from what I've seen, at least from the other regions, he is definitely, in my opinion, the best top player in the world right now.
Oh, easily, yeah.
It is. This dude is insane, man. But yeah, I digress. All right. Game one was game one.
Uh, game one. That's what we're
Game
talking about now.
game one was the biggest fiesta, in my opinion, of like all the other games. This one was like the most back and forth, but not because both teams were like playing super well, like reading each other out. No, it's because both teams kept inting at different moments
Yeah.
during the game that it became so back and forth. Uh,
I mean, I can't even say. I could clearly actually let me say this. HLE's draft game one, I loved it a lot more than Gen.G's draft.
oh no,
But
very much so, yeah.
but dude, what the hell, man? What, guys, why do we keep running in, guys?
Chovy was not choving. He was literally just running around the map trying to get kills. Like, I still cannot get over that fight topside where he dies, right? Like, he dies first. They're still fighting. The rest of his team dies. He respawns and TP's back in. Like, why? The rest of your teammates are already dead. He comes back in. It's a 4v1. And I'm like, did he think he was going to kill someone? Or like, was he looking at low health bars? I don't know what he was thinking. Like, only the players know what they were thinking at that moment. But to me, it was so funny.
I mean, honestly, I guess it is a good skill to like force your opponent to play a different way than they usually play. Because if Gen.G had the choice, they'd sit back. They just sit back and just farm, right? But
Yeah.
I don't know. With this draft, you can't do that, and they try to force things, which really hard against HLE, especially against this draft.
Game 2, in my opinion, was a little bit more the Gen.G style play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a very Gen.G game.
slow and methodical.
I was like, and if you wonder what we mean by that, that's just how Gen.G play
Yeah, we
style
just
is.
slow methodical. They just doubled this one.
Like,
What do you guys think about the drafts in this game?
Oh, dude, draft wise, honestly, I like HLE's draft here.
yeah, no,
Again,
Same. I was
HLE's
going through
draft
this game
looked
and I
better
like
in my
HLE's
opinion.
draft.
Like,
Yeah, same. Like this is
it's
this weird thing where like I don't know why, but Rumble into Jinjiao is just a losing matchup.
it's weird. Like, um, Rumble likes to do damage like up close, but he doesn't like getting hit at the same time, right? Xing Zhao could just stay on top of him.
yeah,
And if Rumble isn't strong enough to stat check Xing Zhao, then it's over. It's actually over. Xing Zhao just stays on him and perma heals. Because how Rumble, as you know, is a lane bully. But the reason why he's a lane bully is because he can stat check you. It's the same thing as Ornn, where he can just walk up to you and just fight you head on without really caring about dodging, right?
Hmm.
Same thing with Rumble. He just presses Qs and walks at you. If you don't have enough magic resist, he just wins the fight. That's literally it.
the only game where I actually enjoyed seeing because one, it was Ruler, and two, he was playing the arcade skin, which is the best Corky skin. Because I
All
have
right,
that
so
skin.
on the Corky subject, I did recently play a crit Corky build, and I can understand why they don't like it. It takes too long for it to come online, but when it does come online, holy was I carrying! I was basically like four-shotting everyone, literally everyone. Tanks, bruisers, 80 carries, mid laners, they're all dead.
I mean, yeah, people read Corky passive. True damage hurts.
Yeah, and
True damage hurts quite a bit. But honestly, there really isn't, in my opinion, much to say about this game either. Because like I said, it was just typical. If you watch LCK, typical Gen.G style, slow and controlled. Like they slow the game down, and then they like forcibly choke you out until they just win. Which
yeah,
a quick cut is recently in order to like learn about more regions. Recently I was watching LEC, and oh my god, that that region, no matter what people say, in my opinion, is a
Wait,
one team.
LEC?
Is a one yeah LEC
yeah.
is a one team region,
Oh, we know what team that is.
and it's still the same team.
It's been the same since like what,
Because
2017?
like you watch these games, and it's like they're able to. The one thing I feel like is a weakness for a lot of LEC teams, they don't know how to close out games. Like they will keep fighting each other until one team is at their nexus. But like you see these games, this is like the Gen.G slow methodical, choke them out, and then and slowly advance their advantages and like win. LEC is we're gonna keep hitting each other until we get to the nexus at some point. And then you have these long dragged out games, but like a lot of LCK games, even though for us it looks like they're slow, they finished way quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my little my quick little rant.
A Durant.
Now, game 3.
Game 3. Game 3 draft. We are looking at.
The downfall starts here.
This, oh my god.
Holy moly. This again.
Legitimately, I don't even think they had that bad of a draft until the very last pick.
Dude.
Bruh, wait, I'll be honest, you know what I think could have been good, what I like immediately thought of what could have been good here?
What?
Malphite.
Thank you. Thank God. Someone says it. You know what else would have been good here? An enchanter. A literal enchanter.
Honestly-
When they have 280 carries on one team and you have no one to enable them, it makes no sense. Literally no sense.
Like,
What's the point?
yeah.
What's the point? Like, dude, how? Okay, I maybe I gotta simplify this. Okay, if 180 carry die, we have one more 80 carry. We can win this. No, literally no. They have so many meat bags that they have to go through, and they can't even honor them because they're not getting enabled.
yeah.
Oh my
Honestly,
god.
this was like the draft where I'm like, Victor was right. Like 100% Victor was right. Like, if
Like,
they had
this-
an enchanter, honestly, Malphite would have been so good into Aatrox. Like, why Vayne? Zeus is like the
I'm not
one
even mad.
Aatrox player where you don't play ranged champs into, because he knows exactly how to like play against ranged champs. Like, I think it was Worlds 2023 where people was like, why would you pick Aatrox into Rumble? And Zeus picked Aatrox into Rumble and won the matchup. You don't pick range into Zeus Aatrox is all I can say. Like, at least the Malphite would have been way more useful than the Vayne, who got set behind and did nothing for the rest of the game. Because anytime she would try to farm, they would just all like collapse, and Key just had to run away.
I don't even know what to say about this game. This game was just decided by draft.
It's
not even. It's literally just. Dude, honestly, stop picking Galio, man. Just pick something
Galio
else.
wasn't even. I don't feel like the Galio was a bad pick.
No. It's not the
I don't
Galio's fault. It's just like, why are we only seeing like? Can we play something that actually fits around this team comp? Well, what? Okay. My fault. if we go by draft order, this Vayne pick is fucking troll. That's not like I agree. The Vayne
It
pick,
was
however,
troll.
in essence, isn't bad. Isn't that bad? It's just the fact that there's no one to help her auto, right? Sure, Galley can go in, but what happens after Galley goes in? They can just ignore his ass, right?
Yeah.
Ignore like after he taunts, after he knocks up, blah 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 blah. Okay, all my damage is out. I'm just a meat bag now. Okay, let's ignore him and go for the Zeri and the Vayne. It's just that easy. Especially with a Maokai that has an invulnerable point and click CC, by the way. An Ari that can just charm, like dash in and charm. A Rel that can insta flash stun. Or even better, an MF that just sits far behind and just ults. And no one can jump on top of her. Unless she gets flanked.
It would.
And they pick 2 short range 80 carries, by the way. 2 short range 80 carries. Like, dude, if we see a Vayne pick, you better. I hope to God I see a Tristana. I see a like, I don't know, someone that has long range, like Tristana, Caitlyn. There for all I care. Doesn't even have to be AD. There for all I care. Just someone that can supplement her, right? Because if we had 2 short range 80 carries, they can just walk into it. Like they can just sit far and poke us down. But I'm over it. I'm over it. HLE's draft wasn't a poke comp. I see that, but it's just there's so many problems with Gen.G's draft.
Yeah, Gen.G's draft was bad. I'm not really now, but like I don't like Lee Sin's Zeri that much unless you play around it. And then like the Galio was kinda okay, like for it, but like just the Rakan, we can all agree the Vayne was bad, right?
The
Like
Vayne was
that
terrible.
Vayne was just
Why was
bad.
that picked? They knew they were
Yeah,
gonna
like-
lane swap. Like it was
It-
like
It was
you're
bad.
squishy. What can level 1 Vayne do? What can level 1 Vayne do?
I'd rather see a
Mhm.
level 1 Lucian. At least Lucian can fend for himself. Vayne is just
Like-
you either get ahead or you get behind.
Like just like I said, Malphite. You should have been Malphite. It should have been a Malphite at like at the very least. Like you.
Malphite, Orin. Actually, I
you-
think Orin's banned, wasn't he?
I don't think so. This game.
I didn't.
Oh.
No, Orin was not banned. Where's the Orin?
Like you're going into an Aatrox, just pick a tank and build armor, and then he doesn't heal much because you have armor, because he heals off damage. So you build armor.
So I will also say this. I agree that if it's like a late game Aatrox, he could probably do something. But like once he finishes the laning phase, that mid game Aatrox is giga weak compared to everyone else, right? So like just play like I
resets.
don't know, play like a Shen, or something. Deny him, you know. We punish him at the weakest point.
I will also.
Matter of fact, looking at HLE's draft, just play Shen. Like actually,
Honestly, yeah.
Wait, that actually is a good pick here. Like there were so many other things that could have went this game that I'm just like, why Vayne? Is it because Zeus? Is it just the Zeus influence? Like why we said this game was doomed. They lost in 2 minutes. Because you know what happened in 2 minutes? They
All I'm gonna
invaded
say-
jungle and killed Keen immediately. Because Keen
all I gotta say
took
is
Ghost
it
and
was
TP.
5-0 at 21 minutes. 5-0. 5-0. Vayne 0-4 at 21 minutes. Game is over. It's done. Done for.
Keen
This
died
Aatrox just built
early.
lethality because he was like, yeah, I can just watch out everyone on their team. Actually, just
Yeah.
Who's gonna kill me?
I think that one was also like a snowball too. I can't fully remember the game, but like
Yeah, it
I
was a
remember it
snowball.
being like a super snowball.
It was super snowball because, like I said, Keen died first. Keen, if Keen had Flash and Ghost, he could have lived. He could have lived because he could have just flashed away. But he had Ghost TP, so once he was caught, he just died. And then,
Yeah.
fun fact, Zeus brought Electrocute. Electrocute
Yep.
was buffed.
Yep.
So he gets, and also remember, Zeri is a low range 80 carry, and it was a 1v1, and Zeus solo kills Ruler with Electrocute proc damage.
like level 2. Yep. No, actually, was it level 2 or was it level?
It was
three?
level 2 if I remember correctly.
Let me go find that actually.
But
Yeah, he
was-
he actually just hit level 2
yeah,
and
he hit
instantly
level
jumped
2.
in and killed him. Yep. Another problem is the two main carries, Zeri and Vayne, died early, so they got behind immediately.
Super behind. Yeah.
Immediately. Like they had no damage to kill anyone on HLE's team by that time, and it was so sad.
It was like, and then Keen, I think in like that was around 10 minutes where Keen tries to solo kill Zeus, and Zeus
And got
kind of
dog walked. Agreed. He got dog walked. He got dog walked. Whatever. Let's go next game, bro. Let's go next game. This game's tilting me.
This next game was
no,
weird.
no, they did.
All right, next game. God bless. Gen.G drafted a decent, drafted with actual brains. I love it here. I love it. I love this
Which
pick.
what upsets me is that Gen.G actually has good graph, but plays them really badly, and they win on bad draft. And I'm just like, they just remind me of like one of those just like it's like they have the super team syndrome where like you'll just beat out people because your players are good, but not necessarily because you have the best teamwork.
Yep,
Honestly, yeah.
dude. But like, dude, look at this lineup: Ruler Varus, Akarthus, Giga Tanky, Scion Keen, and
Yeah.
then Chobi that can get resets off of everyone.
Bro, I saw the Viego
Holy,
pick.
this team top is good.
I was like,
It's just,
yes.
uh, yeah, just don't pick Gnar. All I gotta say.
Bruh, like I said,
Like I feel like HLE's draft is fine. It's just the Gnar pick is throwing me off.
I hate the Zyra pick. I will forever hate Zyra. Also, Peanut Zyra specifically. Is just no. Like Zyra is not a peanut champion, in my opinion. Every
It's
time,
not even that hard to play. I don't know how he fucks it up.
anytime, like it's
I don't
just,
know.
it's
I
just,
don't know. I don't
like
know.
I could just be a hater at this point. But anytime I see
Nara wasn't bad
Zyra,
for me.
I'm like, okay, enemy team is gone. Well, to me, the Gnar makes sense into Scion because Nar's
Just
W
play
passive.
Fiora.
No,
Just
no.
play Fiora. Zeus
The
has a
Gnar
Fiora.
Okay, the Gnar just makes sense to me. If Fiora would have been like,
I don't think the Fiora makes sense. Like
I don't think the Fiora would have made sense either because you have like a very squishy backline with no front line. You needed some type of pseudo
yeah,
front line.
like who
Okay.
else? Like who else? Who else would
Okay.
go in besides
If
Pantheon?
we talking about 5v5 situations, yes, maybe the Gnar is good. For me, it's like I'm looking at Gen.G's draft. Why would you ever want to group against that? Right?
You're better off into it. You want to force them to group because like they're mostly just kind of a pseudo pick off with the Pantheon free roaming, with the Silas roaming, with the Zyra being able to pick people
That's what I'm
off.
saying. Just play side lane. Just force them to walk into jungle and make a mistake to get a pick. Or
Yeah, but then if so the problem is that the science is such a good pick here because the science can absorb a lot of that, and then and in team fights you guys are like they can't
that's
ever
the
win a
problem.
team fight, so
That's
they
what I'm
lose all the
saying.
objectives.
Just play a Fiora, play Poppy, play someone percent health. I think it's fine.
I think it gets to the point where you actually just can't play the game.
They didn't get to play the game. Actually, hold on.
No,
My fault. They played the game for the first 25 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, so they just kind of lost the Baron in that fight, and then they lost the Dragon fight. Like that was the biggest thing. The Baron is okay. They snuck a Baron, fine. But they just messed up that Dragon fight afterwards, and then they just snowballed the rest from there because they already had Baron.
You know it's funny to me is like they gave Canyon a champion he couldn't int on because even if you die as Karthus, you can still do stuff. I mean, HLE was like they still showed sign of life in this game. I think it was second Drake. They got a lot, like they got a lot of kills
Yes.
and they got a lot of money.
It was a pretty bloody back and forth game up until the third dragon. I agree. After third dragon, yeah, it was just wraps.
It was,
I think.
yeah.
Because this was like when Sion scales, who's gonna kill Sion on the HLE's team?
Honestly, yeah.
No one. And to top it off, since they have to waste so much time killing Sion, they also have to try to kill a Karthus. But these two have passives to where even if they die, they still DPS, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to team fight against them, which is why I'm like, just pick a split pusher. But HLE is trying to force team fights. They like the game state that HLE is in is A, we react to objective, but whenever Gen.G starts it, or B, we push lanes, and they chose A. Like, and we go to, let's say, I'm just gonna pick a random time. At 25 minutes, I Otacon.
The Otacon.
They try and react to this Otacon, like start, fail, and then they meet after they get Otacon, they immediately jump on Baron. At this point, it's like, okay, well they have Otacon buff. We can't really kill them. They still try to like force a fight, and I'm like, dude, it's so scuffed. It's so scuffed. It's so scuffed.
Took Otacon, took Baron, and
And then proceeded to roll.
and then yep, the snowball kept snowballing.
And what has Nard done this entire game, by the way? He's 1-3. 0 assists, 0 KP. Oh, like, dude.
Well, you don't have to worry about that because Zeus gets his revenge next game.
Honestly, I don't know what it is with HLE in Game 5s, but these guys are like T1 in Worlds. Game 5s, they just don't lose.
Game 5 merchants.
They just don't lose Game 5. But I will also say this. Game 5, they chose an ultra scaling comp, Gen.G, with a Lulu. Thank God for choosing an Enchanter. But holy moly, these guys got out hands and out diffied. Diffied. All around. Diffied. Holy, what is happening here, guys?
In my opinion, I question the early Ornn pick because I see the Ornn and then I see their bans and I'm here like if Hollow Life just plays Gwen, that Ornn is just dead.
Yeah.
And they pick Gwen and I'm like, well, they're doomed.
And another thing was this Ornn got giga behind. Holy, this guy got denied level 2 for like 6 minutes.
That Ornn was homeless most of the series.
Holy, this guy was actually begging for some scraps. This guy?
And while he was homeless, there's just a Gwen scaling in the top lane. Almost
for free, by the way.
Undisturbed. It was literally like Zeus didn't have much to do. Let's
put it this way. Let's put it this way. At 10 minutes, this Gwen is ahead by 1.2k gold. This Gwen is ahead essentially by a needlessly large rod to Ornn's no mantle.
I would say I didn't like the Trundle pick here.
The Trundle pick was useless.
Oh, they're trying to
hated
I saw
that.
The Trundle pick, and I was like, what is going? Why? Like literally, why? Like the Olaf that they banned would have been better here.
You know what else would have been good here?
Trundle.
You know what else would have been good here? The Canyon also plays a Graves, literally a Graves.
Yeah.
Like Graves beats Wukong. Graves can beat Gren. Graves can even beat Victor. And on top of that, you have a Lulu. Why do you not want to play Graves or Kindred? You know, like I don't understand. You have a huge tank in Ornn. You have a good decent off tank in Aurelion Sol once he built his Rod of Ages and scales. So it's like, what is this? What is this Trundle pick trying to do? Are you gonna be split pushing all game? No, you're playing jungle. You're gonna be on the map. You're gonna have to group with your teammates and get a pick or get objectives. You can't split push. Okay. Trundle top lane is a different story, but Trundle jungle you cannot split push. It's too hard to split push unless you say fuck your team. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm gonna be taking the jungle and I'll be in a side lane all game. There's two playstyles, and Canyon chose the I'm a group and be useless playstyle.
Honestly, like I'm just thinking about most of the if you're gonna be useless anyway, in my opinion, you just pick Dudier.
Or even better yet, there's Iron still on the table.
Ivern, honestly.
I don't know. Maybe
Ivern?
maybe okay.
Ivern actually would have been really good
Bro,
here.
if they picked Ivern, like Ruler doesn't die. Like he should not die.
Okay. Maybe I'm listening a little bit too much, and I'm praying to the church in Ellis too much. But
A little bit, but
like, if you under like, Ivan here is actually so good in the fact that
my thing is
you
that
force
Ivern is a modern pick. Like it's not like it's a random like super niche pick or anything. No, it's just a regularly like it's in the meta.
it's also your clear speed is so insane that you can gank at level 3 when the other jungle is still level 2. It is
Mhm.
insane. But the problem is if you pick Ivan and get behind, you're actually useless. Which kind of happened to Canyon this game, right? This guy got contested everywhere he went. It was hard for him to play.
But like, why Trundle?
But even still, Ivan is still a very
Trundle. Like Trundle, like we can all agree that Trundle was
I
like
don't
the
get
most
it.
troll.
What does it do? What does it do? Like, what does it do? Like, I'm
trying to think of a
wrap my head
situation where
around
it's good.
Like,
And
were you trying to take the resistances off of Wukong? Like,
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's like because like it's so clearly like Trundle is counter tank, right? And I'm looking at it as like bruiser at best, and then he just at some point was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go build damage." He's not doing jack.
Okay. So Kindred was banned, so I'll retract my Kindred statement, but I still stand by my Graves.
on it. So
I still stand by Graves. Graves is still
I
really
was
strong here.
I was like looking, like I was looking at this. I was like, what other jungler could they like? Honest, and like in my opinion, like if they just needed another tank, like just play a Mumu.
Yeah, just play Mumu
Like
too.
a Mumu would have been good here. Like, in my
Honestly,
opinion, Volibear
bring
wouldn't have
back
been
the
the
Rel jungle.
worst. Like, the what jungle?
Rel jungle.
That they already played. They already played the game.
Oh, they
3.
did play Rel, didn't
They
they?
played
Yeah,
Rail
yeah,
Game
it was
3.
game 3.
But yeah, no, I was like, like, bro, like out of all the picks, like all the jungle champions available, a Moo, like,
Wait, I'm also thinking about this. This is kind of cooking, but maybe Kane here is actually a good idea too.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that
yeah,
champ.
no, a Moo, like, dude,
Mumu would have been
a
good.
Moo would have been so
Moo is
good.
good
Like,
here?
look at HLE's draft, right?
Yeah,
It's
Mumu's good here.
look at
But like,
A Mumu, oh my god, a Mumu would have been so good here.
like, I know we're spending a lot of time talking on Game 5 draft, but it's literally this one decided like
It decided the game. It literally decided the
like
game.
I saw the Trundle and I just like, okay, they're losing. Like,
wait. I'm actually kind of cooking with. Where's the Kane at?
honestly,
Kane is actually so good into HLE's comp.
Red Kane.
Yeah,
Could be Red Kane, could be Blue Kane. It's
Yeah.
Kane in general. Like,
And,
Anything but the Trundle.
Canyon plays Kane. That's the thing.
Wait, no, but
He also
I'm
plays
thinking back, and this Mumu makes like the Gwyn's life miserable, the Wukong's life miserable. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Goes into Caitlyn, fucking the Uso just fucking nukes the ADC. I'm like, wait, like the Mumu would have gone hard here.
Inspired would have played a Moo.
True.
What do you think about the blind Ornn? I think it's okay.
They needed
I think Ornn is a good pick, but you have to be ready for the Gwen counter pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is that was Anivia that much stronger of a pick that they gotta ban it?
Anivia would have been
No,
annoying
no,
with that
it's not.
shit. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's what I was like. The Anivia ban
Oh.
was like so random to me. Like it was so obvious that like okay, like to me it's like you want to ban things that will counter the Ornn in lane because that's the thing you bind, right? And it's like Anivia Olaf. Okay, Olaf makes sense.
Olaf makes Zayu's Olaf goes crazy. So
yeah,
I
if we
understood
go
that.
top, if it really, yeah, like Olaf actually makes a lot of sense. That Anivia made no sense to me.
But the
Unless
problem is,
Zeka has some like magical pocket Anivia, which I'm like, I'd rather you ban the Victor than Anivia because then like at least just like prove it. Like prove to me that you could play this champ. But
also Anivia is really outdated too. She needs like a huge rework.
the rework, yeah.
But
Olaf is not that bad. Olaf is not that good, I would say, into a Jinx Lulu. Because if you try to chase down a Jinx or Lulu, they just get sped up. It is hard.
Yeah. Like I said, I saw the Ornn and I saw the Gwen band and I'm like, this is the obvious Gwen angle because if you look at their team, if you look at like HLE's team, who kills Gwen late? Like
Literally no one. That's the problem.
Especially with Shroud, like who kills the Gwen? Like who like
Which is why I wanted a Graves or a Kane, or like you guys said on Moo Moo, you know.
like
Just thoughts. Food for thought. Food for
like
thought.
yeah, that like just stall out the Shroud, like be a meat shield, and then once Shroud is over, the DPS can do their job. Like you can see like Chovy and Ruler trying their best throughout this game, like, but like I said, Keen got counterpicked, then lane swapped on, and was just denied for so long. Like the Ornn became useless, and it's Ornn. Like, and
I will also say, I I question Chovy's item choice on Aurelion Soul. He went Blackfire Torch into Realize. Realize is a good item on Aurelion Soul. I'm just saying, but the Blackfire Torch is so bad, dude. Dude. Just go Seraphs, man. Just go Seraphs. It's so hard to kill you if you have Seraphs. And this comp, like, they don't have consistent DPS. They have burst DPS. Just go Seraphs, man. The only constant consistent DPS is probably going to be Zeus on Gwen, and that Gwen has to get on top of you first.
looking at this Gwen run around the map, going into Gen.G's jungle, taking whatever she wants and leaving. It was
Yeah.
like, and I'm Ruler didn't have. I mean, not Ruler. Viper didn't have much to do this series, in my opinion.
Viper, all he had to do was not die. Quite literally.
Like, because I think there was a fight where they tried, like Gen.G tried, but it was like no one can kill Gwen. Like that Gwen pick was just so big, man. I don't know. It was a rough one to watch. Like I'm looking at I'm like poor Chovy.
Yeah. Like, also, uh, that Caitlyn has so much value somehow. I don't know how. It just did.
Galen had so much value. Yeah, a lot of this was not fun to watch.
It was we like after like you could tell from draft and like a few like not even like 10 minutes, a few minutes into the game, you already knew who was gonna win, and it was like
Yeah,
it
Dude,
sucked watching the inevitable.
by 30 minutes, Zeus had a 5k gold lead over Keen.
That is
This man
individual.
had individual gold. He had an item and 3/4 completed over Keen. This man was quite literally unkillable. Like anyone trying to match him
They were just
in 1v1, 2v1, they're dead. You have to send at least 3, and even then, it's a possibility that Zeus still kills all 3.
Yeah,
because he's so fed.
it's like it was weird. Like I said, it's weird because like the Ornn was just useless. Like your big front line was paper. Like your big front line for your 2 carries was just a piece of paper that couldn't do anything.
Holy. Yeah, the game was lost.
This game was so hard to watch. And it's not even like it was a lot. It wasn't even like it was a lot of kills either. It was a slow death. Like
yeah,
they had 4
yeah.
kills between both teams at 33 minutes.
You know what I really like though? They picked Karma with Gwen. that was probably my highlight pick. That Karma enabled this Gwen so hard. She just spell shielded Zeus. He just ran in. No thoughts. Just ran in.
All right, but yeah, if it wasn't obvious, Gen.G. I mean, HLE won. So yeah,
HLE one, yeah.
congrats to
HLE won.
HLE. Honestly, I like the team, so I'm kind of excited for like first stand. Like, see what they can do.
I was doubtful of HLE at first. I was like, these guys have uh, they have a lot of people that like a lot of veterans in Zeus, Peanut, and Zeka. But these guys kind of choke under pressure. But I don't know. They pull through this time.
They have a lot of clutch in their team. Like Zeus is a clutch player. Peanut, honestly, in my opinion.
Oh, also Viper. Viper is also really good. Viper is
done
standout.
having to deal with inting teammates. Also, if you look at the damage graph at the end of that game, holy Toby crying, man.
It's unfortunate. That's all I gotta say. Unfortunate.
But yeah, that was the LCK Cup Finals. One game was really fun to watch, which is the first one. Every other game was pretty
It
one-sided.
was sad. It just became
Like
sad.
I like I said, only the first game to me was interesting. I did not enjoy watching this. I thought I would. It was cool seeing HLE win, but man, I don't know what Gen.G's coaching staff was thinking about those drafts. I'm really curious to know because they were just bad. Game 3 and 5 were just bad, man. Uh,
We were back.
I just can't get over it. I don't know why.
And I'm back.
I was like, I just can't get over those drafts, man. I'm looking at them and I'm like, I still can't wrap my head around them.
You know, it'd be really fun.
But
We should actually do like a 5-man league game, and we just let someone else draft for us.
Ooh, good luck with that. Oh wait, isn't that the thing we were talking about anyways?
Yeah, I think Domo was kind of spitting, but I'm like, how are we gonna get 5 people?
you have to get.
You know, well, technically 6, because if
It's easy to get someone to
the
draft,
people
but
playing don't wanna talk about drafts, then someone else has to draft, right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, don't get me wrong, I could draft for us, but I'm not sure that we'll enjoy the game if I do.
I guess that's why I said like you gotta know, like you gotta give shampoo that you're not like making someone play something that they're like not comfortable with. Like if you told me to play Cho'Gath, I'd look at you and be like, no, I don't touch that champ, dude.
It's not bad, bro.
All right, now my question is: does anyone have a player of the series for the finals? Who would you say was your player of the
Ooh.
series?
I'm biased, so I'm gonna say Delight.
Delight,
Yeah. I I like Delight, but I don't think he did. He did okay. He was not standout though.
Victor.
I have to like I'm
I
like
would have
trying to figure it out.
I would
I'm
have
gonna give it to
hey,
Zeka because I think he was very stable.
I was gonna say Zeka as well, actually.
I would give it.
Zeka was actually doing a lot of work, and
Yeah.
I would say Pete. Stop calling, man. uh, like I'm people gonna glaze Zeus, but if we're being for real, Game 5, he didn't have to work that hard for it. He was
dude, if you
legit.
look at the games previous, no, that game 4, no, Zeus, no, don't say Zeus. Game 4, game 1, no, no.
Game 3, maybe.
Game 2, he's playing, no, 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 not Zeus, no.
Get some Game 3. His Aatrox.
Okay, I'll give him game 3. Game 3, he just
Aatrox was just
steamrolled them because
yeah, he's Aatrox was unkillable. And it was just like, cool, I built lethality and I one shot you.
he got ahead and he pushed his lead, which is good. Good player. Good player. Another problem I have, if you say Zeus, is this man actually didn't have to work hard at all, like you said. Like
Like
he basically got counter pick in the games he carried. Like he had the counter pick, is what I'm saying. Like Aatrox into a squishy, Gwen into a champion into a team comp with no damage or low damage rather.
went into
No,
health
this guy just gets
stacking tank.
benched. Yeah, this guy just gets spoon fed. It is what it is.
Yeah. So, you guys have any expectations of our LCK seed for first stand?
Okay. Oh baby, let's say right here. And
Wait,
So,
for
prediction for what?
LCK,
so to give y'all a heads up, LPL and LEC are still like finishing up. They'll be finished by next week.
Mhm.
LEC, I'm almost confident at this point that it's gonna be G2. And if it's G2 versus HLE, it's HLE with like, I mean, in my opinion, no contest because I think G2 isn't gonna have enough practice because if you know LEC format, they did best of ones, then they did best of threes, and they're just now getting the best of fives. And their first best of five series for like the a spot in finals was a 3-1. So that means they're only gonna have one more best of five. And then for the LTA, we have Team Liquid, which, in also in my opinion, HLE is gonna sweep them because they only had one best of five game on Fearless, and APA got all of his like comfort picks somehow. In Fearless draft, APA got all his comfort picks. So I don't think TL has any experience past game three of a best of five, and that's also gonna be a detriment to them. As of right now, the LPL teams are in a weird spot from like what I've seen. Where like I can't really it's hard for me to predict who will be their like who will be
LPL
the
is just bloody in
representative.
general. Yeah.
But they usually match LCK pretty well. But
Mhm.
as of right now, my if I had to speak before I know who the seeds for the LEC and LPL are definitely. And then there's what's the new region that combined everything again?
LCP
The LC I'm not watching LCP.
Pacific, a Team Vietnam baby.
I think HLE has a really good like trajectory to be like the first stand champions. If they like play as they did like in LCK Cup, and it also they have home field advantage because first stand is in Korea and it's also in Lowell Park.
Mhm.
So I'm expecting HLE to win it right now. That's my early predictions. It might change like next week when we do our major region rundown, like our full one, like our our first
Nah,
amp.
you mean the minor region rundown.
That's crazy, bro.
When we do we'll do our predictions like next week. But yeah, as of right now, HLE looks really strong compared to like the other teams in other regions. Like LCK itself, I feel like is way like you can put top four, top five LCK teams, and they'll dumpster every region. In my opinion, right now.
Not LPL.
They no, they will. Like LPL is like weird right now. In my
There's only one team that would be LPL. Cause like there's only one team, and we all know what team it is. All the other teams will struggle. I don't think it's gonna be a dog walk of them.
Huh,
We've seen it time and time again.
true. But yeah, anything else you guys have to say?
No,
I have a question for LCK players. Are we allergic to enchanters? Are we like
surprisingly, actually,
I don't
really,
understand.
really surprisingly, like
Or is it
I can see what you mean.
is it like an unwritten rule where we don't pick enchanters until last game? I I don't know. Like I feel like we just want to pick and engage supports.
Also, I got one other to add to that actually. My junglers out there. Can y'all not play the same stuff? Like we are in Fearless, and I see the same jungle picks.
Oh,
The,
there's no variance like
except
whatsoever.
for the Trundle. Except like that Trundle was also
Um,
garbage, by the way.
mm,
But it is Fearless Draft, and you still see the same junglers being
yeah,
used.
I like the Karthus pick.
Carson isn't new because he was played for like half the year last year. But like,
Mm,
can y'all like make this more like I know Fearless is about to be gone after this split,
Why are they getting rid of Fearless? Fearless is such a good comp, good game mode,
because
or
it's
good games.
they're only testing it out this year. Now, I feel like Riot should keep it in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I
such a
enjoy
good
it. I
game
enjoy
style.
Fearless because we're not seeing the same 3 champs every game.
Yeah, that's really nice.
The bans are gonna probably stay the same. Like I feel like
So the problem is, if we don't have Fearless, we'll see the same first pick, same like unless they ban
bans.
it, and it's gonna be the same counter handshake. It's gonna be the same way every time. For example, for Zeus, if you don't ban Jace and you leave it open, they're just picking it, right?
merchant.
Or they're just gonna pick it away from him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also of the opinion of we should keep Fearless. I like it.
I like it. I enjoy it.
It makes the games more exciting because you're like some people will bring out like the secret pocket picks, and then some people will just play the same stuff anyway. I don't
And
like.
then there's Trundle.
Can someone in the comments explain the Trundle pick to us? Cause
No, you don't have to explain it to me. I already know what it does. It's there to be useless.
The Trundle is literally just there to be useless.
Like maybe it was like a last second pick or something, but I don't know. That Trundle was.
bruh, you could have. There is so pick a moo man, a moo.
Dude, a Mumu is such a power pick there. I'm now that you pointed it out, I'm like, man.
It was
Or
such a
even
great-
better,
So bad.
even better. Yeah, Fiddlestick's still open.
I don't. I have no opinion on Fiddlesticks. Like I can't
I
actually
think
contribute
Fiddlesticks
anything.
is really good. It's just it's hard to. I agree that it is hard to play in pro play because there's so much vision. But Fiddlesticks into that comp is very, very strong. Because if you don't stop them from going in, your team comp's dead.
Yeah, I can't make much comments about that. I rarely play Fiddlesticks or played against it, so
it's annoying. Well, in solo queue, it's just annoying because people don't know how vision works. They don't know. They still don't know what pink wards are.
It's
They don't know
like I
what
said,
pink
it's hard
wards
to play
or oracle
Fiddlesticks in,
lenses. They don't know what
it's hard
oracle
to play
lenses either.
Fiddlesticks. Yeah.
But yeah, well, that has been another episode of the Low Elo Bros.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of low elo shit talkers.
yeah.
All right, who wants to do the outro today?
I
Not
did
me.
intro. I did intro, so
Jimmy.
someone else gotta do outro.
Jimmy, give us the outro.
Bye. Got it right there.
W. Alright, I got it.
Laters.
Alright, guys. Thanks for tuning in to our weekly league shit talks. This is your hosts, Victor, Domo, and Jimmy. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you want to see us do something else. Like I said, if you want us to play a league game, it's in the books. Just let us know. We can show you how garbage we are. Alright, y'all. See y'all later.
Night.